This is the one-day chart once more, and we will now discuss XRP. The price of XRP has not moved much today, and we are currently resting at $2.84. All I want is for this market to take off immediately. I'm eager for the breakout to start. We all know it's coming, and it feels like we've been waiting for ages. However, when will it take place? In today's video, I'll show you some of the predictions that people have regarding XRP in the future. Additionally, Bitcoin is nearly back to $112,000. Once more, the price of Bitcoin did not change much today either. The rest of the market will follow Bitcoin once it starts to rise significantly. That will solidify as it occurs. The alt season is about to begin. We simply haven't arrived yet. Additionally, XRP Update has released a technical watch for XRP, trading between $2.76 and $2.86 in a narrow range. $3 to $3.30 could be the aim of a break above $2.86. We might retest $2.50 if it falls below $2.76. Watch the breakthrough, loading of volatility. Many folks are stating that there's a possibility we'll fall below $2.50. Despite everything, I am quite hopeful that we will turn around. I believe that we will start to move back above $3 once more. By September 2025, the price of XRP might be between $10 and $16. If all spot XRP ETFs are approved by the SEC by October. Everyone is predicting double digits for XRP in December. I don't believe that anyone is disputing that. And with the upcoming rules, I believe there will be more focus on ETFs. Before Thanksgiving, perhaps. By the end of December of this year, we might even be above $20 if two of those things occur. Furthermore, I continue to believe that January will be the blow-off peak. Now, that might alter based on how the ETF inflows seem, relying on rate decreases from the Fed as well. Due to rumors that the Fed may lower interest rates in September, I wouldn't rely on it. It's more likely to occur in October, in my opinion. They're extending those rate decreases as long as they can, in my opinion. This does not imply that September will be a poor month for XRP. In the future, anything can happen. Within 40 days, XRP's price could reach $13 due to an extraordinary rally that may be imminent. Tony Severino, a crypto analyst, says, he is now stating that it will occur in 40 days, that will reach $13.
That would be wonderful to witness.
A lot of individuals will likely invest before the XRP ETFs go online, in my opinion. That is now scheduled for October. That is not precluded from occurring sooner. Paul Atkins might just answer, okay, and carry on with his day. We will approve these exchange-traded funds. Then, when we least expect it, they go live, whenever a certain event is planned for that day. I never thought that day would bring anything. In crypto, it constantly seems to appear out of nowhere. That's why I mentioned that it might occur this month. David Lovell, Grayscale's former ETFs leader, remarks on TradFi's Bitcoin ETFs' performance. And how is it possible that altcoin ETFs like ETH and others will surpass Bitcoin? Listen to it.
You can't have a conversation around crypto ETFs without always going back to Bitcoin because the growth has been absolutely astronomical. But very interestingly, as we have seen that, a little bit of shift in sentiment, maybe a little softer on the Bitcoin side, and a little bit stronger on the Ethereum side, to actually watch that manifest in ETF flows, not just performance, but also flows. So we all know that, kind of your assets under management are going to be, number of shares outstanding and the price of the asset. Sometimes the price of the asset increasing is really the driver of AUM. But what we're seeing is kind of asset appreciation, but we're also seeing, share growth. And so that's saying that there's a real growth in the market. Most exciting for me, you mentioned it before, I'm an ETF guy, to see sentiment shifting positively towards Ethereum, and then seeing that manifest in share growth in the ETF marketplace continues to tell us a story that there's a real opportunity for investors to express their interest in crypto through shares of ETFs. And so we've gotten the recent approval from the SEC On the first couple of multi-token ETFs. Those are set to come to market in the next several weeks. Hopefully, we're waiting for final regulatory approval. But CoinDesk is going to be in the middle of that conversation. We're super, super excited about that. Again, another sign of the next maturity of asset management in crypto.
Accordingly, he suggests that those basket ETFs might launch in the upcoming weeks. Additionally, they consistently mention Bitcoin ETFs. And after they launch, I continue to think that the XRP ETFs will do better than the Bitcoin ETFs. Like the Bitcoin ETFs, I believe they will do double digits. It's because this cryptocurrency is in such high demand. People have yet to understand that. The majority of institutions are already aware of the purpose for which XRP was created. Furthermore, I don't even like ETFs. Instead of using an exchange-traded fund, I would prefer to see these institutions purchase the genuine asset. However, I believe this will be huge for the remainder of this year. The Coinbase wallet displays significant XRP cuts. What's happening? According to data, cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has made an unexpected change to its XRP holdings, going from more than 780 million to about 200 million in just a few weeks. Based on information from the XRP scam, they are now claiming that BlackRock is to blame for this. As of this writing, Coinbase still has 11 cold wallets with 16.5 million XRP tokens apiece. This represents a significant decline from the 52 cold Coinbase wallets with a combined 970 million XRP held in early June. XRP Wallets claims that an XRP commenter account on the social networking site X, increasing XRP wallets, also suggested that BlackRock might be connected to significant moves. According to many, BlackRock is purchasing XRP via Coinbase, and it would be logical. As I've always stated, BlackRock's holdings of XRP are the reason they don't apply for an XRP ETF. They either have the actual asset in their possession or are prepared to apply for an XRP ETF and are keeping the XRP in order for it to be linked to such ETFs. I believe that one or the other is taking place. With the launch of Xcade, a new gaming platform, XRP goes beyond payments. The new platform, which is based on B3's open consumer ecosystem, aims to strengthen XRP's position in consumer applications while bringing blockchain gaming closer to mainstream players. With the new Layer 3 chain, Ripple is making its first significant foray into the gaming industry, with the goal of creating an ecosystem that caters to gamers directly, rather than simply cryptocurrency consumers. The project demonstrates how Ripple hopes to establish XRP as a foundation for blockchain-based entertainment, as well as a means of facilitating financial transactions. I think this is a good idea, and I'm eager to see how much traction it gets right away. At $71 million, it serves as the foundation for Xcade's launch and has the capacity to grow quickly if adoption takes off. It's fantastic to see gaming joining the XRP ledger.
But I'm interested to see where this leads. Air China and Weeboost collaborate to make XRP payments possible because it expands XRP's reach to 60 million tourists awaiting integration. This one is also beneficial. And once more, there are connections within China. With the potential to reach over 60 million members and passengers, our partnership with Air China not only broadens WeTour's global service footprint, but also advances our goal of creating a travel ecosystem that is integrated with Ripple. Weeboost International Limited is the source of that. And this demonstrates to you how XRP is constantly rising. Additionally, it is becoming linked to merchant adoption. Right now, I like all the directions this is headed. This brings back memories of 2022, when XRP integration and Ripple Rails were the subject of numerous announcements. Here's why JP Morgan refers to Ripple as a heavyweight. Accordingly, JP Morgan views Ripple as a major player in the era of CBDCs. Here is where we are at the moment with regard to CBDCs. Nigeria, Jamaica, and the Bahamas were the three nations that started. There are 49 nations with a pilot: Thailand, Russia, China, India, and Turkey. Development: United Kingdom, Norway, Mexico, Turkey, Israel, and the 20 euro area. Look into Japan, Indonesia, Canada, Australia, and Brazil. Inactive in New Zealand and the United States. Ecuador, Denmark, and a few other countries were canceled. Now, they are mistaken when they claim that the United States is dormant, because a stablecoin is also being examined, such as the digital dollar, which they intend to introduce in the US. That and a digital currency issued by a central bank are identical, just who gives it out. It is a stablecoin since the Fed will not be issuing it. It would be a CBDC if it were issued by the Fed. The only distinction is that every nation will have digital currency, including the United States. At this stage of the game, there is no way to prevent it. So every other nation would gain an advantage over that nation, because a nation's currency will be backed by tokenized gold. We are returning to a system that is backed by gold. Only a question of time will pass. Use cases for Ripple custody. Last was just released by Ripple earlier last week. They are also discussing custody and the next steps. Custody is so large because it enables Ripple to serve as a tokenization one-stop shop. Individuals could use Ripple's custody solution to custody their assets after tokenizing them on the XRP ledger. Afterwards, they could use XRP to transfer those assets if they so want. As you can see, Ripple is becoming a one-stop store. Additionally, custody is currently the next institutional agenda item. Listen to this out.
Ryan, I predict to you now, within 5 years, virtually most of the money moving around the world, most of the dollars moving around the world will be moving on tokenized digital networks. And within 10 years, I predict to you that there won't be a securities offering, a debt offering, an equities offering of any significance that's not tokenized on chain. And those securities offerings that remain in an analog state will be like those bearer bonds and DTC's vault, the coupon clipping bonds that don't matter anymore. Non-tokenized, non-digitized securities will be like those old dusty photo albums, and securities on chain will be like the digital photos on your smartphone.
And those who do not adopt the digital era will fall behind. These days, everything is digital. All assets will eventually be tokenized, and Ripple is already setting itself up for that. However, as I stated at the start of this video, I believe the breakout is about to happen. The breakout has yet to occur. People keep saying things like, this cycle is over, all seasons are cancelled, and so on. It's going to be an incredible journey for XRP holders over the next several months, I promise. You will always be looking at your phone. There will be evenings when people cannot sleep. In the upcoming months, grown men will cry as they look at their portfolios. And this will take place. From my perspective, it will start sometime in September. I continue to believe that a catalyst of some kind will be found. Who knows? The Fed may lower interest rates. That might be the spark that ignites this market. And once this begins, it will continue for the entire next few months. That blow-off peak in January is still my prediction. However, we will see XRP continue to rise until 2026 if the inflows into those XRP ETFs continue to pick up significant traction. There are calls for Bitcoin to continue to grow until 2027. I don't think that will ever happen. Utility, in my opinion, will alter the course of events. That, in my opinion, will be the next big thing.